And it's on 3 social media pages I'll share with you, okay?
Say that one more time.
I'll share it on my pages with you, okay? Tag
Okay.
you in them.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Dr. James Gilmore, and you are tuned in to What's Going On, where we talk about what's going on in our community, in our state, the nation, and the world. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you all that are on Facebook or on social media, please share this episode. Please share this episode. It is the first of a series of interviews I'll be having with candidates seeking office. Yes, just in case you didn't know, this is an election year. It is an election year. October the 14th, you will need to exercise your democratic right to vote. On October 14th of this year, it's an election day. And so what I'll be doing over the next several weeks is interviewing candidates so you can learn more about who they are and what they stand for right here on What's Going On with me, Dr. James Gilmore. Today, I have with me Miss Lynn Legier.
Yes.
Miss Lynn Legier is here. She is running for District Court Judge. Miss Legier, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is your first time seeking office, right?
Correct.
So, listening audience, I'm going to give her an opportunity to first say her name and tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, who your mama them, where you went to school, and those types of things. Introduce us to Lynn Legier.
So, hello everyone. My name is Lynn Legier. Everyone calls me Lynn. I'm originally
And that's
from
Shalinsky. Who you named after?
My mom just heard it and liked it.
Okay, I like it too.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, Miss Shalinsky.
And so I'm originally from Monroe.
Okay.
And I went to Neville High School. While I was in high school, my mom was a single parent, and so she had 3 children. I'm the oldest of 2 and 2 younger brothers.
Okay.
And so with her being a single parent, and my aunt was there with us to help raise us, but I knew that with all of that on them, they wouldn't be able to afford, to send me to college anywhere. So I had the opportunity, which was a wonderful opportunity, to go into the Air Force.
Oh, wow.
And so the Air
Ms.
Force.
Legier, you're a veteran.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Air Force
veteran.
Air Force veteran.
Excellent.
And so when they came and recruited me, one of the reasons why I wanted to go to the Air Force is because the Air Force said, hey, you come in, it's just like a regular job. However, you're part of the armed forces. And we'll pay for your schooling. You pay for your living expenses, every single thing that you need to live and to work. And that's exactly what they did.
And so is that why you chose the Air Force? Did you look at any other branches of the force? Okay, excellent. And how long did you serve in the Air Force?
6.5 years.
Fantastic, fantastic.
And so while I was in the Air Force, I went to school, and I did 2 of my years of undergrad in the Air Force. And then once I got out of the Air Force, I went to Grambling and finished my accounting degree.
Grambling. Okay. Well, most of my listening audience are Southernites, I'm sure, but we love Grambling too.
That's okay. Because
and why'd you choose Grambling? You're from Monroe, so pretty natural.
And it's like right down the street, 30 minutes
Absolutely.
away.
Okay.
And they had a really great accounting program. And I enjoy numbers. I like English and I like math, but I decided I wanted to do accounting.
Okay, excellent.
And so, I've been telling people, because I think that is really important, James, that we let people know at early ages how important, how important your credit is. So while I was at Grambling, I had excellent grades, right? I had gotten this wonderful job with State Farm.
Okay.
I was going to go be a CPA.
Okay. The State Farm was headquartered in Monroe at one time. Yeah, I remember that.
And so they were going to pay for me to get my CPA license, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had hired me, but I was still doing the intake process. And you had a person who was assigned to you. So the lady called me. She was like, "Baby," I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "How's everything going? When do you want me to start?" And she said, "Baby, you can't start. You can't work here." I was like, "What?" She said, "Yes, you can't work here." I said, "Why?" I thought I was already hired. She said, "No, your credit is too bad."
What?
So,
And credit can be used in the hiring process,
in a hiring process,
especially if it has to do with finance or accounting.
Finance. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
In the banking industry, anything having to do investments, anything having
And
to
at
do.
that time, like most college students, especially if you
Right.
grew up poor, you found various ways to take out loans and credit cards to make ends meet.
Credit cards, and like when you're in college, the people just give you credit cards on top of credit card. They give them to you. And look, I'm like,
It took me forever.
charge.
My mom had to pay off my Discover as a graduation gift
Oh,
because they had
yeah.
wrecked my credit.
So you know how many credit cards I have now, right?
How many?
One.
So it was an experience that you learned from.
That was a very good experience, and it was early on. And I would tell anyone, not only do you, especially when you're in college, manage your transcripts, manage your identity, because people will try to steal that. But mostly make sure that you manage your credit,
All right.
because that's important.
Good advice to give.
So
how did this accountant end up in what? Law school?
yes.
Okay. So what happened?
So while I was in law school, I had a professor. At that time, I didn't know that Professor Cunningham was also a minister. And so Professor Cunningham came to me and he was like, "Lynn, you should consider going to law school." I was like, no. I'm going to be a CPA. And so we did this little dance a couple of times. And then when I didn't go to State Farm, work at State Farm, I was like, okay. And he called me again to press the issue. And then he said, "Hey, you could be a tax attorney."
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Oh, okay."
Isn't it great to have people who are mentors in your life?
Yes. Because let me just say this, in different professions, we don't have enough exposure. Again, like I'll say, my mom was a single parent. That just means we went to school, came home, she went to work, and that's it, right? Other side from looking at stuff on the TV, and that was in 1985. And so, they didn't have reality shows then.
Right.
And so instead of looking at stuff on TV to find out something, if you didn't know that, then you weren't going to find out, right? So because of him, that's what I said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and give law school a chance. And went in, I started clerking at my second year at Southern University Law Center, which is the best law center in the state.
It is.
It very is. It really is. And so once I did that, I started clerking with the Department of Revenue and Taxation. At that time, it was still called Revenue and Taxation. And so, but now it's the Department of Revenue. And so I started clerking with them. Now that was kind of boring.
It was boring.
It was boring.
Yeah.
So once I graduated in '98 and I took the bar and I passed, I had the opportunity to go work in the office with Ron Johnson.
Oh, fantastic.
And so Ron had a thriving practice, right? And so when he allowed me, while I was waiting for my bar results, to go to school with me, to go to court with him.
Oh, wow.
And he'd have like this thick arm of files. I passed the bar. I got sworn in on a Friday. On that Monday, Ron was like, "Hey, come on, we're going to go to court." And I went to court with him like I normally do. He just said, "Here, you take these files, you go work these files." And like
your license now, he said, get to work.
So look, people are always like, "Lynn, you're always just so calm." And I might look like that on the outside, but on the inside, I was like, "What do I say? Lord Jesus, help me." So,
I hear it.
right. And
it was
so,
ready for you to work.
From that moment forward, I love the courtroom.
Very good.
I loved it. And you
So what did you like? What did you like most about the courtroom? Or what do you like most about the courtroom, being that you're still a lawyer?
It's fast action.
Okay.
It's fast paced. You have to think on your feet. And there's so many moving parts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have the defense side, be it criminal, civil, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have the defense side, you have the plaintiff, prosecutor, whatever
Mm-hmm.
that might be,
Mm-hmm.
that you have to deal with. So you don't just deal with one area and just stay right there.
Correct.
And, you know, that's why with my almost 25 years of experience
Mm-hmm.
in working in the courtroom on a daily basis, you know, you come to learn and know what it is that's necessary for to be a good judge and to be effective.
And is that one of the reasons why are you running for judge? Why are you
Yes.
running for district court judge?
Yes, that's the main reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I always tell people there's levels to things.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe now that it's time for me to take my skills, my knowledge, my experience to the next level.
25 years in the courtroom.
Of 25 years of practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And so so now that's why I say in order, because of, you know, now that we're on our campaign trail,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be a little more concise
Mm-hmm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
way that you feel about things and how you see things.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that, I say, I think that as a judge, I know that I will be effective because that's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I will be trustworthy, that's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be accessible because people want to know, and it's just like, you know, in the politics.
And let's repeat that one more time. You'll be trustworthy.
Mhm.
You'll be accessible.
Accessible. Mhm.
And what else?
Effective.
And effective
Yes.
as a judge.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm speaking with Lynn Legier Shalinsky. She's running for district court judge. Everyone, she has a bachelor's in science, bachelor of science in accounting from Grambling. She has her law degree from Southern University, 25 years of courtroom experience, including working for the Judge Johnson,
Yes.
United States Air Force veteran. And I see here that you've also worked as the assistant public defender as well as legal counsel to Metro Councilman Cleve Dunn. Tell us
Yes.
about those experiences and how they may benefit you as district court judge.
So the good thing about working with the public defender's office is off top, you have so much experience and it's quick. You know, it's a fast pace of learning.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see different people from different aspects of life. It's not just, a lot of people think it's just men. It's not just men.
Mm-hmm.
It's women as well, defendants. It's not just black, it's white as well. And then other nationalities also.
Mm-hmm.
Foreigners where we might need interpreters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you get to work with all of that. And in learning how to function in the courtroom, and it's necessary because actually the public defender's office has about 80% of the court's docket.
Mm-hmm.
So it's necessary for us in order for us to do our job, we have to have read all of the files, understand what's going on, look at the different issues, and just like in any job, you know, maybe at first you might be a little nervous, but after that third or fourth month, you can roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I really feel that, you know, because of that and because of my experience with the public defender's office, I could go to any courtroom anywhere in the world actually and feel comfortable because I already know the issues. I know what needs to happen, and I know what the judge wants. The judges need their dockets moved.
Yes.
They don't need that reassigning.
How will you be? What will you do different as district court judge? And are you running against an incumbent or is this an open seat? Tell us who sits in that seat now.
So actually, it's an open seat now,
okay.
and that's because Judge Trudy White retired April 1st.
Okay, so an open seat. You're not running against an incumbent.
I'm not running against anyone.
Okay, great.
Brand new.
Brand new. Okay, brand new seat. Okay. So what's going to make you different, or what are you going to do different to build upon the legacy of Judge Trudy White?
Well, that's good. I like that. Let me just say this. Judge Trudy White cared about the people. And that's something that I'm definitely going to move forward so that the people know that you're cared about. And that helps people feel more comfortable with you and not feel like they're going into the courtroom and they're going to be railroaded. You know, people feel like, you know,
They do.
you can't trust the police.
They do.
You can't trust the court system.
do.
I don't have any money.
They do.
And
They
so,
don't
you know,
have
all of
money.
that's against me, right? But in actuality, I believe that when you come into my courtroom, I'm here to, you know, you did do something you have any business doing, especially on the criminal side. So if you did that, then we have situations where different ways that we can handle that to actually help individuals to get to another level and to start seeing things better. And most of the time, that's what people need, to know that somebody cared, because guess what? Even when we were children, we wanted to be and needed to be disciplined. And you would come back
as a
and
means
say
of
that
corrective action.
right. And so just like now, I still have clients, all over East Baton Rouge Parish. When they see me out, they're like, "Oh, thank you, Miss Lynn. You changed my life. You helped me."
Amen.
And that's how I'm going to be as a judge.
Good.
And so in helping people to make better decisions. And so I believe at that level, we have so much leverage on people, because now, maybe before, your families, your mom, your girlfriends, because those are the main people who are here with you in court, they wanted to see some change. They knew better. But no one can want more for you than you want for yourself.
Right.
And so as the court, we are able to do that, doing the bond system while they're out on bond, even after they've been sentenced, because it's really, we're saying that you're innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
And if you are found guilty or plead guilty, then you could be rehabilitated.
Right.
And the conditions that you give people help them to do that.
Help them rehabilitate. I also see here that you're a member of Mount Zion Baptist Church.
Yes.
Okay, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority.
Yes.
As well as a board member and volunteer on various nonprofit organizations in the community. Yes. So, when is the election?
The election is October 14th.
And when is early voting?
Early voting is September 30th through the 7th. And while out on the campaign trail, I've been encouraging people of the importance of early voting, because on October 14th, that's Southern's homecoming, and LSU also has a big game on that day.
So it's very important that we early vote.
Early voting, and then you have 7 days to do. Actually, you have 8 days to do it, and they have different places: City Hall, Secretary of State. They have a couple of other places that I know that you could go to make it kind of convenient for you to early vote.
Okay, excellent. Ms. Legier, I've learned so much about who you are and your ideas about life and the courtroom. Is there anything you'd like to share with the listening audience as it relates to if they wanted to contact you or reach out to you or volunteer in your campaign, or maybe there's some other questions out there? So
you can call our office, and you can call at 225-255-2196. Someone will always be available to answer any questions that you might have. You can go to my website. It's Lynn, Lyn, for judge.com. You can go there, and once you go to that website, who I actually have a wonderful brand manager, her name's Ebony Farlow, who created everything that you see.
Yeah, I know Ebony.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, I love Ebony. I didn't know that Ebony. I said hello.
And so, and actually, I have a great team. Cleve Dunn Jr. is my campaign manager, who is absolutely wonderful. And so, in volunteering, you already come with, all you have to do is just show up, because they've already done all the hard work and laid a wonderful foundation for our campaign.
Well, and last but definitely not least, who votes for you? What district are you in, and what are the boundaries and neighborhoods? We have Lynn Legier, who's running for district court judge. What district is this? Who's going to see your name when they walk into the booth?
So the people who live near Burbank and Nicholson, when they meet up and come all the way around to Thomas Road.
Thomas Road where?
Right here in Scotlandville.
Really? Okay, yes. That's a long district.
Yes, and so, and then it also goes out to, it's South Baton Rouge, it's North Baton Rouge, it's the Bottoms, it's Glen Oaks, it's Southern Heights, it's Fairfield, it's Easy Town.
It's a very big district.
Very big district.
It's district court judge.
Yes.
Ms. Lynn Legier.
Yes.
I have really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank
you. Really enjoyed learning about you and who you are. Listening audience, if you didn't know Ms. Legier, hopefully you know her a little bit better now. Please tell folks about her. Please share this podcast. The goal is to educate and empower people about who's running for office, to allow them to make a decision, allow you to make a decision about who to vote for.
Yes.
And Ms. Lynn Legier, it's been a joy interviewing you today.
Thank you.
We wish you the best of luck on the campaign trail.
Thank you so much. And I would ask that everyone who hears my voice that they go out and vote for Lynn